Right then, let's jump in. Welcome in, welcome in. Check mic, check mic. Nice to see Bitcoin having a little bit of a rise. I say a little bit of a rise. It's been in the same bloody small, tight range for the last 48 hours, hasn't it? But I think there's a bit of potential here to rise up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll go through all the usual data points today. We'll answer any questions that you may have on the console or anything. We'll have a look at a few altcoins. We'll do all the usual stuff, but I do want to concentrate on big boy BTC today. So jump in the chat. What's going on, Max? What's going on, Swaps? Jump in the chat. Let me know your thoughts as well. Where are we going? Nice to see we are getting a move back up. I am actually quite pleased about that on BTC. So we'll run through some of the order book depth. We'll have a look at the volume and the open interest and stuff. Nice to see we're getting a little bit hot already as we move up here on the open interest RSI there. Tiny bit of depth coming back, not much, but a tiny bit of depth coming back. Where's it coming from? It looks like perps are just giving us a slight push up. So we've had absolutely nothing for the last 12 hours. Book depth wise, not to say that you can't get market orders down here to push price up, obviously, but in general, in the books have been absolutely dead as a dodo. So yeah, let's have a look at what is going on. Right, so first things first, let's just have a look at the general full window. And let's have a look at book depths and stuff. BNB, I'm just checking what's the cabal is doing there. So little rise up here in this US session. I won't get too excited about this. You know, in general, I think the price action is still pretty bearish. You've got that level there at 104. That got pulled last night. Okay, so I think anyone trying to hedge a little short position in here was quite valid, to be honest, because who's to say that last night with the book depths getting so negative, you might have just actually just rolled over, you know, last night. That could have been the case. Woke up this morning, price was hugging the monthly open, just as we can see here, and yeah, not a lot going on, to be honest. So I think I'd still be up for, yeah, unless this is it, and this is your US session spike up and then back down and we just range here again for the next 12 hours. I really hope not, to be honest. I'm thinking that today and tomorrow might be better for trading. You know, we've just been stuck doing nothing, just absolute crab action, haven't we, for 12-15 hours or something. I was away from desk yesterday, so didn't miss anything. I don't think any alts were popping off, to be honest. Maybe a couple, but I will have missed them anyway, to be honest. So right, so yeah, bid ask, there's still not a lot of bid on price. Generally we have been negative for the last 12 hours. So at the beginning of the week, when we were looking for that little rise up from the last session that we had together on Tuesday, we got that little rise up, but we didn't get too far, did we? To be honest, we didn't get too far, and then the perps pressure came in. Let me show you that. So last session, yeah, we popped up. Nice to see it. Popped up. But then perps just said, yeah, no further. Thank you very much. We came back down. I was actually thinking as we came back down, okay, I'm seeing this bid now. Let's rotate back up again. But you've just got to take what the market gives. And it wasn't to be. You know, overall depth at that time. And then, you know, in the coming days, there's just nothing here. There's just nothing here whatsoever. So, yeah, higher time frame. I do think we have some liquidity under 100k, okay? So I'm open to still shorting the price action as we go in the next 12-24 hours. Not sure if this is going to be it right here, right now. I am, yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? As a trader, you always want best value and best risk reward. And the best risk reward is going to come the higher you go. Can we defeat these walls from perps? They look pretty serious, to be honest. They do look pretty serious. But I'm open to waiting to see if we can. It's just going to be a better risk reward. You know, if that short is the short that takes you into the next couple of weeks, you know, and just manage that position, it's worth waiting, isn't it? Rather than just pushing buttons here and now within half an hour of the US Open, when you know, volume's kicking around all over the place. Generally, the first half an hour or so of the US Open, nothing to do with the ringing of the bell, but it just tends to be a bit choppy, doesn't it? Yeah. Shuffling says 6-day composite, smallest we've had in ages. A mega nuke to 97. Yeah, well, there's a couple of things. Like, I like considering levels lower and higher, as you all know. But I don't think about them too much until we get there. But I think under 100k you're gonna have some big liquidity, and that's not me just saying that. I can show you that, okay, in the order book changes. So 100k, I've got no doubt you'll have some spot levels there. You'll have some resting limit there, orders there. But I think if we can cut, if we can cut into this zone in the next, it could take a while, couldn't it? You know, who knows? It could take 48 hours. Maybe we go up and tap 109 first because that's your biggest spot level, despite the fact we've got those perps levels. So I think that'd be really good as well. You know, the higher we go, the better risk reward short. Imagine you very, very patient boys and girls. You sit on your hands, okay? You wait. Okay, you're not getting chopped up in this price action here, this crab action. You deviate out. This would be the dream, wouldn't it? You deviate out, okay? Really, really heavy supply comes in, hits price, open interest already rising. You've got the best risk reward short, better than anyone else that's saying this is just going to nuke here and they're just dropping short positions on right here. You know, it's just dreamy kind of trade setup. Sit on your hands, price floats up, open interest high. Everyone's going, yeah, bull runs back on new all-time highs. You hit supply, you've planned your trade, and we come back down and we take that liquidity at 90, 98-ish. And I think 98 would be a good protocol. I'm seeing some confluence in there, so we'll go and have a look at it. I don't think I'm going to gain much edge by looking at volume and stuff right here, right now. Only to say the open interest is rising slightly. Yeah, I do have to say, like right here, right now, on a 15-minute basis, probably even on a 5-minute basis. Yeah, volume is just aligned with price action. I've got no edge right here in saying bearish, bullish, or whatever. I'm just gonna have to yeah, chill for a bit. That's my plan for the day, is to prepare for shorts. Okay, higher the better. If these guys and girls here on PEP start to really hold price and attack price even with heavier offers, then it might be that we don't get further than that. Okay, but that's all I'll say. I don't know. I've got no particular price in mind. We've obviously got this classic TA level, previous week value area low. Okay, I can go show you that in TradingView as well. Previous week value area high, which I said at the beginning of the week would be absolutely dreamy, wouldn't it, if we could get up there. That's your biggest spot level as well. So real heavy supply in any of these areas. We're just going to watch the order flow. We're not getting our crystal balls out and saying we're going here, then we're going there. It doesn't fucking work like that, does it? We should all know that by now. All right. Can we look at Raven? I was looking at it earlier. I was tempted to short that little shit bag back down, to be honest, because the open interest rose by about 400% the last time I checked it. Yeah, we'll have a look at it there. We'll jump in. Look, Bitcoin's quite easy here. Let it do its thing. Let it float up. I'm not too bothered. You all know me. I'm not too bothered for trading in this zone, really. I'm hoping we move out of this zone and don't just stay here like we did last night. Because if you know, I'll be honest, if you're going to drop shorts in here, the risk reward is shit. You know, I'm open to it, but you're just saying, okay, I think price is going to fall. We're in negative territory. I think it's going to fall. But if you're going to do that, it's absolutely fine. But keep it a very, very light trade. That's all I would say, you know, especially if you're putting a trade on and going to bed. Don't commit and say 1000x short, this is going there, you know. Very, very light trades. And that should be the way, you know, especially in European sessions, weekend sessions. Just keep the trading light, you know. ETH, PEP, volume, BTC again, but it really, okay, I'll trust your word. Swaps. You must use 100x if you are waiting for higher. You must use. Yeah, you've got to. Don't we get 1000x now? Is anyone doing 1000x? Leverage degens. Right, yeah, Bitcoin is pretty easy here, to be honest. One thing I am going to show you again, and I will keep showing you, to imprint it in your brain. Any rise up, okay, our liquidity chart is still flashing danger zone, okay? If, like I said on Tuesday, we get a nice rise in the open interest, bear in mind I'm on a 4-hour basis here. If we get a nice rise in the open interest as well, as we hit supply, that's going to make it such a good risk reward, because we will need to flush this. We don't need to, right? That's all I'll say. But generally, historically, very good indicator. Keep an eye on that. Right, one thing I wanted to show you then was, let me just go to my single window here. Am I still on BTC? Yes, I am. Right, so couple of areas to make note of on higher time frame, 2-day and 4-day on the OBC, if we can go and visit some of these lower levels. Okay, to the top side, it's pretty stacked with offers. You do have liquidity gaps between 106 and 108, so I think that would be, unless we just fucking nuke here because the market's had enough, of course. I think if you can get shorts anywhere up to 108, that's going to be really, really good. Deviate out 108, okay? For the higher time frame, and I say higher time frame because obviously it's quite a distance away. I don't know if you're going to get down there in one clip. You know, it could take days, could take weeks. I don't know, you know, whatever. But all I would say is that to the downside on the bid, okay, and I'm just on Binance Spot at the minute. I'll show you perps as well for Confluence. All your liquidity is on under 100k. You've got big clusters of liquidity gaps, okay? So no orders, no resting orders in the books. So you've got these big liquidity, what we call liquidity gaps. So you can go down, tag 100k, but I think generally what you're going to find is you've got a lot of wick space if you can get under there, which is going to provide the best risk reward entry for any potential longs. And it's the same case on perps. And yeah, if I look at a 2-day and a 4-day, I think they're very similar. So you've got Confluence there for any potential downside on the higher time frame. I'm not saying you're going there right now, but for the downside, I would like to get under 100k if we can do it. All right, guys. So back to full window. Just have a quick look at what is going on. Yeah, I'm expecting a little bit of chop here. Not bothered for chasing anything, to be honest. You know, as I say, I was away from desk yesterday. Don't feel I missed anything. I'm going to be a very patient here and just have a look. I want deviations out now, to be honest. And like I said on the last stream, it will become very, very evident, okay, if we are just going to drop like this one here, okay, and then BitMEX and Binance did some selling there as well. If we can't rise up any higher to take any liquidity between 106 and 108, it will become obvious, because this selling, okay, like you've got CoinM selling here, okay, I'm of the frame of mind we go fill them, but like CoinM is very aggressive selling. If we start to see that on Binance Perps here, USDT, and then maybe Spot do a little bit of selling as well, it's going to be obvious that you're not going any higher, yeah? So get your alert set up as well. Obviously, we've got the BTC Diamond and all the alerts, which we haven't had in a while. You know, if in doubt, sit out, chill, wait, and we'll see what we get. Right, so I think that's pretty much everything on BTC. We'll have a review of a few other things, and then we can come back to BTC at the end and just have a quick look at what's going on, obviously. So let's have a look at some questions. Yeah, we'll have a look at Raven, because that was madness. Max says, to be honest, I think we would flush that liquidity in your chart if we clear those big 107 coins and perps level. Yeah, so that is, Max is actually right. So what can happen is, if you've got some high leverage shorts in here, the liquidity chart we just looked at, if we rise up and take a load of shorts out of the market, okay, those contracts are done. So that will bring liquidity down as well, which is a good sign. I don't know, I've got no calculations on what is up there, open interest wise and stuff, but yeah, it would bring liquidity down as well. The only thing to consider right here is, and it's very, very obvious, and the OGs in the console will know what I'm going to say, is you've got no depth of book at all. So you can discuss market orders versus limit orders and orders in the book all day long. It doesn't matter. This is not a bullish chart in any way, shape or form now. It was nice to see. It was nice to see at the beginning of the week and coming out of the back of the weekend. Okay, we still had depth of book here. Yeah, so 500 to 600 million aggregated depth. Perps were still involved here very, very aggressively. So that was nice to see. That's an absolutely valid long. Okay, it took a while to get up there, but very, very valid long. Massive fat order, okay, back on the 31st. Really, really good. Or if you consider that area now with your aggregated depth and consider what you're looking at now, right here, right now, you've got nothing, have you? Okay, and it's the same on on spot market as well. You've just got nothing. This down here is aggregated 1 to 10%. I know some guys have been looking at 25% as well, for signs of that supply coming in. Very, very valid, absolutely valid to look at 25%. It's just distance wise, that's a little bit far away from me. I'm not too fussed for looking at that, to be honest. 25% away. I'll think about that when we get there, you know what I mean? Right, so I think that's BTC. Summary. Crypto gods, please give us a little bit higher. If you can get over 106, that would be great. Price looks like it's struggling now, just in the last half an hour. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I'm going to sit and just chill for a little bit on this one. Right, let's have a look at a couple of things. So actually, I can show you Raven on the... yeah, Raven, I had it on the open interest to see what kind of open interest it was hitting here. Look at this shit. Absolutely madness, isn't it? So... it was hitting over the last 2 days. Super negative funding. I know it's had a listing on a new exchange, hasn't it? But yeah, absolute massive, ridiculous rise in open interest. I've not seen that on a shit coin for a long time, and the funding rate is still negative too. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at what he's doing. It's so tempting to short, isn't it, when you see that massive open interest rise? But to be honest, it's kind of got a pattern that a lot of coins have had recently. TRB had it, and a couple of other coins that have really, really pumped hard where they pump. Unless you're an absolute sniper in the top there, or that second lower high there, and I mean, I'm on a 5 minute here, it is risky because, you know, after such a price rise on a low liquidity altcoin like this, it's swinging 9 to 10%, okay, on 5 minute candles. Yeah, so yeah, I'd rather not. This is some fucking knife fight in a phone box, as I'll call it. I'd rather not and get involved. If you've caught the pump, great. If you're an absolute sharpshooter and you caught a short higher, great. When it falls like this, I would just fucking leave it alone and find something else. I really, really would. It's an absolute bag of bollocks, to be honest. Right, with that being said, because we are on the screen, let me have a look at what is going on. BTC DOM is getting hammered at the minute, actually. Nothing to see in there. Let me see what supply we've got going on spot. Storgy is in some heavy supply. TRRX, a little bit of supply as well. That's interesting. Storgy, I don't know what that chart's like, actually. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look. It looks like, I mean, it's dropping obviously, but it looks like it's always in supply. Storage, so it's a bit of a, yeah, bit of a shit chart, that one, to be honest. But yeah, Raven, summary, leave it alone. Just fucking leave it alone. Right, ETH is actually, although despite it's been holding quite well over the last couple of weeks and done well over the last couple of weeks, I think I mentioned this as well a few days ago. It's just following BTC at the minute, isn't it? So you've just got this absolute nothingness here. We last got an ETH diamond up there, okay, back on the 4th, 2680, we'll call it, ETH diamond. So yeah, you could have shorted that, very valid, quite close to that top level. I guess the only trouble is you're having to hold it through all this chop. If it's a little bit of a swing position for yourself, then yeah, absolutely fair enough. Soy Boy Sol, exactly the same, unfortunately. So a higher time frame, you've got certain levels to consider, haven't you, on some of these charts? All I would say is, are you going there straight away? You know, that's the thing to consider, isn't it? 141 is your biggest level on Sol. Yep, just been watching BNB because the Cabal are playing games with it. I'd love it if we could just pop and see this supply a little bit higher, because BNB's been sat here for absolutely days on end. Perps books are selling into it right here, right now, and there's this level here. I think if you were going to play it, you had these two levels here. This bottom level is the one to play, and I thought it would have been nice if we could have popped to the top side here, but looks like we're maybe not going to get it on BNB. Rune has been getting some spot bid today, so that's been quite nice. It's just gonna follow BTC though, isn't it? Whatever BTC does. Not looking at dominance. I just think every coin in the world is going to be looking at BTC for its next move, aren't they? You know, which way are we going, sir? And I think that's the way to play it. Right, so what's going on Yeah, pre-New York scam squeeze. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's quite scammy the first hour or so. It can be quite directional, to be honest. Sometimes can be directional on BTC. But yeah, it's quite routinely moves up. Let's just see if we can hold this monthly open here and then we'll see what we get. Long Raven on retrace, Edward. I'll leave that to you, sir. I hate shit coins like that. Absolutely illiquid shit coin. It's probably had its pump. I'm not saying it's going to mega nuke or dump, but it's probably just going to chop everyone up for the next few days now. Go and have a look at what TRB did or any other coin that pumps like that. I think Comp was one the other day as well. Had a bit of a pump. Yeah, so Comp, exactly the same. Probably not as much, but it has a pump, comes down. Yeah, okay, it gets another one, and then it's just sideways. So if you can catch something like that, really, really good. But I've got absolutely no edge whatsoever in these shit coins and saying pump. For me, TRB was the better one, and the other week, and you need to be in it in the lows. If you're not in there, right, I'm not bothered for playing it. If you're in there and you get that mega percentage up, great. If you've missed any of those on some of these shit coins, I just don't think it's worth playing them, to be honest. Go find something else that is already low down and in value that you might get the moves off, So a couple of others we can look at. What's BTC doing? Are we coming down? Oh, come on, BTC. Let's go a little bit higher. Can't be it, sir. What pressure have we gotten? So, yeah, BitMEX have got some pressure on here. Quite heavy, actually, BitMEX for BitMEX. Bitfinex got some pressure on. This is a very heavily market maker out kind of algorithm chart, to be honest, on that one. CoinM have still got that pressure on. And no more pressure from Binance there. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see if we can get another bounce today. But net is straight from a little bit of depth to push price up and then straight back to negative here, as you can see on BTC. Technically wise, where are we? We're just back at that monthly open where we were a few hours ago, 8 hours ago, Yeah, so that is all good in the hood. Couple of other coins we can flick through. And then, to be honest, I do want to concentrate on BTC today. Are there? Not a lot to see here. It did come from a demand zone, pushed up, that supply left. So I thought that was looking quite good yesterday. But then once again, it's following BTC. Pepe. Yeah, not a lot to see on Pepe. Doge could be quite nice lower, to be honest. 0.18, big demand zone lower, so keep an eye on that. But yeah, let's concentrate on BTC then and see if we're just going to absolutely fail here. And if that New York Open was the short to be had, or are we going to get another bounce? Is it going to be a bit of a scam and we're going to get another bounce? I think that would be good. Thank you very much, BTC. I need to look at perps, actually. Yeah, I mean, look, you've got 3 big exchanges. Unfortunately, we don't get the Bybit data, okay, just for anyone that's new. But yeah, a little bit dead here, aren't we? A little bit dead. Come on, let's bounce back up. Let's go to the old 3-minute chart and watch this together then and see what's going on. Yeah, I mean, it's times like this when the altcoins are basically waiting for directional bias off BTC, aren't they? I don't care about dominance or whatever. If BTC is going to have a little bit of a puke fest, then the altcoins are going to follow, especially with that liquidity being so high. It's just going to happen, isn't it? Let's see what we can get. Come on, BTC. Can't be that weak. Although it is. It has been that weak. I couldn't believe it yesterday when I was away from desk and I came back. I was like, where has everyone gone? The depth was just so negative. It was like everyone's gone on holiday already. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable, isn't it? So let's see. Yeah, drop in the chat if you've got any questions or anything regarding the console. Swap says longs are entered and retail of 52% net short. I'll take your word for it, sir. Yeah, I mean, this is chop suey, isn't it? Crab action. You've gone up, you've taken some highs, you've come back to where you were 8 hours ago. The only thing to say is, I would love us to bounce and flow back up here. But am I seeing evidence of that right now? No. There's just nothing. There's just no bid in the book whatsoever. It's really, really crazy, to be honest. What's ETH doing? Are they holding? ETH's got a slight bid under it. So I'm only going to watch the big coins here. Yeah, we need to concentrate on BTC. We need to concentrate on BTC. No bid from spot. No bid from spot. Let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, I think we need to concentrate on perps, to be honest. Spot are not interested, and they haven't got any orders until a little bit lower, obviously, have they? Nice to see perps are giving us an indication there at 97.6, we'll call it. If we can get down there at some point, whether it's now or in 24 hours, that would be a good trade. Come on, BTC. Let's have a look at volume. Yeah, volume is not the best, to be honest. You know, we've got that push up and it just wants to come down now, doesn't it? So we've just nicked these lows. Let's go back to the bid ask. Just nicked those lows. Couple of orders under price there. Brave. Very brave. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so drop in the chat if you've got any questions, if you're new to the console or whatever. Pretty easy one today, to be honest. It was nice at the beginning of the week to see us put in that Monday range. More often is the case. We went down first. We got the bounce up. It wasn't much of a bounce. You know, we couldn't take the 107k, could we? We just sat at that 168, was it, or something like that? Yeah, a bit of depth coming in at the 2.5 to 5 there on BTC. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I'd like it to bounce, but I don't know if it's gonna, you know. I don't know if it's gonna. 1042. Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly want to chase this, but it could be cooked here. Could be pretty cooked. Now that you've got those lows, BitMEX have just come in with a slight bid. Messy chart on BitMEX, to be honest. Yeah, let's see what we can get. Yeah, we'll watch this together for a bit, but as I say, pretty easy day today. So we won't stream for too long. Let's get a little bounce. Just check the screener. Is anyone else bidding? Anything else? No, a lot of shit. I'm never bothered about trading some of these shit coins. You know, when you look at Raven and stuff like that, and, you know, all the other crap, are you really bothered for trading it that much when BTC is going to be the dominant force for the coming 24 hours, you know? Not really. I'm certainly not. Come on, slingers back up. Yeah, I mean, it's the only concern is, you know, obviously I'm on a 3-minute chart here, but if you look at a 15-minute, like I said right at the beginning, you've just got no depth of book here. You know, nowadays, 200, 300 million is just nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, to see the perps market like this should be a first warning sign. Higher time frame warning sign is obviously our liquidity chart as well. You know, so yeah, we'll see. We will see. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, so you've taken quite a lower time frame. I mean, you've taken quite a lot of lows. As I say, you might get a tiny bounce here. I don't think we've had any major liquidations just then, to be honest. BTC Euro. Oh, the Europeans are bidding this. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Yeah, I won't be fucking bidding this. It's a funny one, isn't it? It's like you want a little bit higher if you can get it, but would you bid this? No, what the fuck? I'd rather just sit out, thank you very much. No chance. I'd rather chill and just wait for it to come to me, thank you very much. Anything else bouncing? This is it. Everything's following BTC, isn't it? So yeah, come on BTC. Let's have another bounce. This is just absolute chop fest, isn't it? Absolute chop fest. Come on. 1.1 billion candle on 30-minute time frame. Really? Volume wise, was that market orders? Was that market orders? Yeah, what's happening with legacy? Let's have a quick look then. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see legacy market a bit red as well. I mean, look, you know, as always, you're coming into the summer months, bit of portfolio de-risking. We've been up only for what, 6 weeks or something, you know? God, look at that candle on BTC. Look at that candle. Yeah, so we basically came up and tapped that weekly open once again, didn't we? Yeah. up here at this 106 is where your main perps offers are. The trouble with that zone is we've already been there. Yeah, we've already been there. So, you know, do we have the strength, just looking at this 1 hour chart, do we have the strength to pop up and attack those perps offers again? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, you know. So that the best risk reward shorts, if you haven't got in from anywhere else, are going to come in up here. But do we have the strength to get there? I'm just not sure we do, you know. Really not sure we do. Let's have a look what we're doing. Yeah, friggin' absolute choppiness, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, yeah, long's wrecked. Yeah, if anyone's, I mean, this is it. So in this kind of price action, there's no reason whatsoever to be long in BTC here. You get these rises, but just pre-US session, no chance. And look, it's coming from nowhere. It really, really is kind of coming from nowhere. You know, and this is why I think it'd be great. That might be it, right? That might be it. 1058. Yeah, that might be it, and we start to fall down because look, even if the selling is not too heavy here from perps, you've got a negative 20 in the 2.5 to 5. The fact of the matter is you've got no bid. So yeah, never chase green candles, but also instinctively as well, try not to chase these red candles. The only time it pays to really chase the red candles is when you see the ratios get really, really aggressive. We've seen it before, you know, when was it, at the beginning of the year, before we dropped from 110, I think, and then bounced up for a lower high. The selling gets so aggressive, you can say, okay, that high, or you know, if you've got a top level, that's going to be my risk, and yeah, then you can. But right here, right now, your stops are going to have to be, if you wanted to chase this, your stops are going to have to be 3% away. You know, to be honest, so keep it light if you are going to chase this down now. You know, you've got there's hardly anything on this at all. You've got hardly anything on this at all, to be honest. A lot of FOMO longs before the drop. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, either way, I'm hoping for some volatility, to be honest. I'm hoping we don't just hang around at this price action for the next 24 hours again, because that'll be shit. So yeah, let's see what we can get. But yeah, drop in the chat. If there is any alts you need me to look at, give us a shout. We normally run through most of the altcoins and stuff and have a look at what's happening. But at the minute, like I said right at the beginning, we really need to just concentrate on BTC because it's going to show us directional bias, I do believe. You know, you can already see a lot of the altcoins are just absolutely shitting their pants, aren't they, to be honest? So yeah, drop in the chat if you need me to look at anything. And we can obviously have a look together. But yeah, let's just watch this price action, see if we're going to get a bounce. I'd be surprised if we do. Really, really surprised if we do. I'll just check the stock market as well, have a look what's going on. Stonks. I did check the screener this morning as well. There's not too much going on the screener. Altcoin wise, perps market on the screen is pretty much like you would expect. Volume on BTC. I can check volume king. Yeah, not a lot to say, to be honest. Really is not a lot to say, unfortunately. Yeah, open interest high, LS came up. Spot market is absolutely flat. Perps gave us that push, and now it's just coming back down, you know? Not a lot to say. It wouldn't surprise me if we just start falling down here. It really, really wouldn't. It looks that way anyway. There's no bid on price whatsoever, is there? Let's see what we get. TUSD selling into us. 36 ratio there. That's not good to see. So yeah, I think we're probably going to get a little bit of a drop soon. But we'll watch it together. As I say, if you've just joined, it'd be really nice if we can get a bounce, but I don't think we're going to get. Retail already long in the flying fuck out of BTC. I hope not. There's no reason to long here whatsoever. Crazy guys. yeah, I mean, everything's, yeah, BNB cracking that wall up. Too much pressure, crack the wall. Slight bounce on BTC, but it's a bounce for ants. It's a bounce for ants, to be honest. Yeah, shorts keep entering. You'll keep seeing. I mean, for me personally, I just keep an eye on these ratios here. I don't even particularly need to look at the chart. You know, I'm not too fussed about CoinM, although I know they're bearish. But you keep seeing flashes here in the 2.5 to 5 on USDT Binance. So they're really getting, yeah, a little bit impatient, shall we say. Go to a 3-minute there. So yeah, they're getting a little bit impatient. You see these flashes of clouds above, so they're waiting, probably like me, to see if we can get a bounce. But I'm not sure if they can get it. It was interesting to see you got a nice top level there to attack price as well. Yeah, not sure if they're going to get it. Not sure if they're going to get it. It might be one of them scenarios where this is it and there's just absolute lack of bid, so we just roll over. You know, it could be the case. Open interest has come. I'm on a 3-minute. I'm not going to look at a 3-minute open interest. Open interest has come down. Yeah, I'm not convinced we're going to get too much of a bounce here, I do have to say. I don't think we're going to get a bounce. I think it could be a case of we just roll, to be honest. Let's have a look. It's not looking too good, bruv, is it? Not looking too good. Come on. Yeah, you see these clouds coming in? Yeah, I've got a feeling, guys, that was your lot. So right at the beginning of the stream, we're saying we'd love to get a little bit higher, but you've got to keep this a little bit dynamic. And with a negative 40 ratio hanging above price, I don't think it's looking too hot for anyone, to be honest. Couple of other coins just on a real low time frame basis are holding okay, but I do believe that if Bitcoin wants to drop right under the monthly open again now, negative ratios and a 36 negative ratio coming in there, I think it's probably looking like he is cooked for the time being. Let's see if we can get a quick drop. That'd be good. If we can. Not seeing too much else that would be, I mean, BNB actually, they do have that pressure. BNB would probably be a cheeky short, to be honest, if you were looking for levels lower. Yeah, they're playing games. The BNB chart can be a bit like BCH and Zcash, where the perps chart is just an absolute freaking mess, to be honest. But yeah, BTC's the one, isn't it? We need to keep an eye on. Miners added to exchanges today. Yeah, I mean, is that a summer thing again, swaps? I mean, it's just the whole summer thing, isn't it? You know, selling May, walk away. Selling June, walk away, isn't it? Yeah, little top levels like this coming in, they're not going to do much effect on price without a general bid in the market, to be honest, I don't think. I would say, let me go back to perps. Yeah, this negative 36 ratio seems quite aggressive on BTC, to be honest, in perps. In perps, yeah, it does. Anything else looking shit? I always like to, if I think BTC's got the potential to just roll over, I always like to see if there's anything that's high up. Like Raven. Like Raven. Yeah, to be honest, it could do its own thing. So I wouldn't just short this because you think BTC's going down. This little fucking shitbag could just do its own thing and pump 10% while you're not checking it. But yeah, BTC definitely, I think definitely wants to visit a little bit lower. BNB is a slow mover, isn't it? Rune, RV, what's DeFi doing? CRV. Doge has got that bid lower. SU. Let's have a look. STX. Nothing else has got real perps pressure on, and you might see that. Basically, we're coming towards the end of a good run. We've been up only for weeks and weeks and weeks. And as I mentioned last time, perps markets always tend to be bullish. It tends to be a good sign if you do get a perps market that is bearish. It can be very, very good. Flick through. What's Trump doing? That coin's going to zero any minute, isn't it? Yeah, no edge in that. LDR, no edge in that. Come on, Bitcoin. Do your thing. How much is that then? What they got on price? Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. I don't think it'll be enough to suppress price, but we'll see. We will see. Raven is just not good R&R, as you probably need stop loss. Yeah, exactly. It's just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It's so illiquid, such low volume. It's had its move already. It's like Maker the other Monday, Max. It's like Maker on Monday. You get in the move, you do well. If you are not in the move, then you look at that chart and say to yourself, oh shit, well, I want to get involved in that. Well, maybe it chops about for 12 hours or something, there's no point in trading it. If you've kind of missed that initial move, just bloody leave it alone. Keep an eye on these. What are they doing? A lot of these charts look like they'd be good a little bit lower. It would be nice to see, to be honest. ETH, CoinM, people have been selling into that as well. ETH, yeah, you probably look at that 2450 region, something like that. ETH 2450, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I think the way you need to see it almost is, are we going to get some discounts? Are we going to get some discounts in the summer leading into Q3? I think that would be the way to see it, and would give us some good value, and then maybe we have a good autumn and Q3. I think that'd be really, really nice. Just checking what stocks are doing while you talk amongst yourselves. But with Maker, you need a good short and then reel on. Yeah, to be honest, I don't tend. Yeah, you're right. I don't tend to trade like that myself, though. Maker, I ain't looked at it since Monday when we did. Let's just show the team that. So if no one was on the live last week, I'll just go through this really, really quickly. So we longed Maker on Monday here. Okay, and got a nice 8, 9, 10% out of that. I know some of the guys caught that as well. Take profit there. So this is the way I like to play it, really. So day trading, not moon boys, not for hodl bags. If you're hodling altcoins, I think you're fucking nuts anyway. So long. Take profit, even if it's a take profit one, however you want to play it. Yeah. Back down. Mentioned to the lads in the private Discord. I said, okay, you could probably re-long this now. But it was getting a little bit late in the day for me. I need my beauty sleep. Turns out it was a good one. Fuck's sake. Came back up. But when we're up here, I said to the guys, I think it's probably going to crack this wall, but it could take another 12, 24 hours. So I would rather take profit and then just watch as we go. Okay. But then, to be honest, I didn't trade it again, because once you could just stare at the chart all day long. This was actually nice, and it's a bit disappointing to say that I didn't, because you got bigger percentages, So our bias was right. We are going to crack this wall. We went up, we cracked the wall, and then the chart just does nothing, doesn't it? It just absolutely dribbles down. So, if you play the move, even if you played the second move, take profit and then just chill. Because more often than not, we've seen this so many times. TRB is exactly the same as well from the other week when that went absolute bananas. Then they just tend to do absolutely nothing. So I would leave the coin alone, go and find something else to trade. And that's all I would say about that. Right, come on, BTC. If you're gonna come down, rip the band-aid off, please, sir. quite a consistent now. Negative ratio in the 2.5 to 5. So any bounce, I do believe, will be short-lived. I would prefer it if we just rip the band-aid off now, to be honest. Get it over with, get us some volatility in the market. That'd be really good, wouldn't it? Right, what time are we on? So we've been on 49 minutes. Let's keep an eye on BTC for a little bit. This could take time. It could take time. In the old days, in 2021 and 2022, this would be a 10k down candle by now if SBF was still handling the market making and books at FTX. God, I used to just rip the band-aid off and just absolutely send it down. Right, has anyone got, I tell you what, has anyone got any good templates they've been working on? New templates or anything? You can drop a link for it and I can open them and share them if anyone's got any absolute mega alpha. We'll keep an eye on the screener as well. Because we are BTCs in a supply zone, generally I want to see what other assets are in supply zone. So what I tend to do, come over to the screener and I'll either look at the supply on Perps market and the spot market. I'll look at open interest as well. We all know that Raven's the one that's absolutely a million miles in the sky. CHR 17%, I don't know what that is. You know, so you kind of draw a bias that you're thinking BTC is just going to drop, even if it bounces a little bit higher, which would be nice. So then I look at the altcoins, you know, maybe there's something else that is an absolute mega supply. Okay, if you're not in BTC, maybe something's risen quite high, which is always the better risk reward, isn't it? So maybe something's risen into supply. If you're thinking BTC is going to drop, can you short that coin back down, you know, get a couple more % out of it? At the minute, it's some of the usual suspects in here. Not sure I want to trade any of this shit, to be honest. They will all drop if BTC is going to drop, but I'm just not seeing anything that's of really significant volume in here, to be honest. Yeah, volume on BTC has been dead. Volume on BTC has been absolutely dead as well, but that's obvious because we haven't moved, have we? You know, we haven't moved in 24 hours or something. Welcome to the summer crab zone. Everyone's gone on holiday. Get your shorts out. Right, let's watch this for a bit together then. I don't know who this crazy guy is who's coming in here, guy or girl, and trying to bid this. I don't think that's going to work, bruv. 943 BTC, 104 is lifted. Let me go to an hour. Okay, yeah, 104. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think that was it, guys. So interestingly enough, well, I think it was it. Interestingly enough, yeah, whoever said that in the chat earlier, yeah, these New York reversals, they are very tradable, especially if you're a scalper, you know. Fucking hell, I mean, I bet those New York reversals work at least 3 times a week, which is a real good win rate, to be honest. Yeah, really good, aren't they? Right, it's going on. I don't think there are any real high up altcoins or anything. Oh, the LS ratio on higher time frame. I think we looked at that the other week, didn't we? Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, share it in the socials if you want to. We can have a look at that in the socials and stuff. Yeah, I need to change my parameters as well on Liquidity King because I did it the other day and then totally and completely forgot about it. Another thing to do now, whatever your bias is, I would say, very low time frame for execution, obviously, but what I would do is don't get caught up in looking at 3-minute charts like I was just then. When you're looking at the price action, more often than not, either 5 or 15-minute open, because if you're watching a 3-minute chart bouncing about, I more often think that a 5 and 15, even a 15-minute like this, like open interest rise on the RSI there, that was nice as well. It's just healthier to watch because you can see where the levels are. You should really know what kind of price point you want to get in or out at, you know. So lower time frame for execution if you're trying to just market ordering in volatility, or if you haven't got some limit orders already preset in and around those, you know, those key levels. You should always have the levels in mind. And then I prefer just to be on a 15-minute chart to it's just a bit easier on the eye, isn't it? You know the levels. You're not watching it, 1 minute or 30-second. But yeah, if you're watching 30-second and even lower, you need a bit of Adderall for that, don't you? If you're watching those kind of charts. Yeah, look, everything's a little bit red now. Everything's a little bit red. I thought we might be in for a bit of a good day today. It's just a shame we didn't really scam high. The plan was always to get as high as possible. But you're not going to do that if there isn't a bid on price. It's as simple as that. What you'll get now is any degenerate longs that are in here, they'll just start puking. We've actually had not many liquidations here yet. So there, we got some liquidations right there. What I did was, I can share this, but I really like this actually. What I did is on the liquidations alert, okay, which is on your chart, I just upped the bubbles like this. Let me save that. Long, short. I just upped the bubbles and I really like the way this looks on the chart now. Yeah. So liquidation bubbles, obviously just on derivatives. Spot traders just hold forever, don't they? So I like having these little liquidation bubbles on. It's really, really nice. I can share that alert if anyone needs it, if you're too lazy to do that. But yeah, I would advise you do that, because sometimes having the alert log overlay on your chart is fucking just one of the best things ever. No one's got anything like this. No one, right? It's absolutely brilliant, but sometimes your alert log overlay chart can be a tiny bit messy, So I like to have the important stuff, like the BTC Diamond or the perps alerts, obviously your top levels and stuff, and then the stuff that should just give you a little bit of a hint of what's going on, like liquidation bubbles there, obviously. You can just put an opacity on those, yeah? So I like to just have a little bit of an opacity on those. I thought that was a real nice touch. I've had that for a while, actually. I just don't think I've actually mentioned it to anyone. Yeah, no bid on price, guys. We might not get our bounce here, I'm afraid. That could be it for the summer. You may as well book your holidays now. Anybody going anywhere nice? Are you going anywhere nice on your holidays? While price dumps, what's ETH doing? They're all pretty much going to follow. Yeah. So if we're going to drop, let's just get those zones in mind then. And that is the working theory now, to be honest, Okay, there's no bid on price. I think we're going to just drop, right? So Nick wanted higher. I don't think we're going to get it. Pressure's on, -40 ratio on Binance perps. It's pretty much what you call a death cloud. So even if you do get a bounce right here, right now, it ain't going to last long, brother, all right? It's pretty much what we call a death cloud when you get negative on Binance perps, the absolute kingmakers, yeah? So what the next plan is if we're going to go lower, where we're going, yeah? So BTC, we looked at our levels right at the beginning. Let's summarize, yeah? If no one's got any questions, let's have a little summary and I'll let everyone get on with the day. I think we need to get under 100k. We've got some liquidity gaps down there, okay, and I think that'd be a really, really nice zone to go to. Normally the case when you've got two levels close together like this, that first one might give us a bounce, but generally your best risk reward is going to be with that lower level, which is 98k there. Perps market, okay, Perps market has got that level there, 97.6 in a bit of defense, and it's slightly moved up from that one there at 97, so a little bit of interest shown in there. What's to say that we don't come down near that 98 and then whoever this entity is, they start to aggressively bid in there as well. So that would be really, really nice, wouldn't it? Next thing is, obviously you just want to have a look at your top coins and where can they possibly go. Obviously ETH's main level is that there at 2,450. Soyboy Sol main level 141. I'm not quite sure where that brings us on a technical basis. You might just want to have a look at that. And then other coins, I do have to say I'm not too fussed about, apart from Pepe and whatever Pepe drops to. Not financial advice. This is for entertainment and paper trading purposes only. I would just buy at any price because I think it's still going to do well, even though it's got an absolute massive mega supply. Another thing to look at, obviously, for the last couple of weeks, and I will keep hammering this away at you until everybody acknowledges it, because me and the guys have been using this for years and years and years, and it never ever fails yet, really. You know, to be honest, there's other things to consider, but we know liquidity is high, yeah? So when we come back down, if we come back down, where do we want price? Okay, so you can look at your top levels, obviously, look at your top levels, look at the demand zones, yeah? But then where do you want this to reset? That's what I need you to all to look at. Okay, so if anyone wants to share this in the chat, I can just copy and paste this in the chat. But what I would say is, we'll do this really, really quickly together, is that our lower baseline for the perps liquidity used to be 1 billion, right? And that actually back in 21-22 used to be our high liquidity. Okay, we've just got a lot more participants in the market, I would say. Now what I would say is, it looks like we're getting to 1.5 billion now, and that seems to be our lower parameter. I would even say 1.4 there. So I'm going to go 1.4 for a lower parameter. Okay, 1.4 there. Right, okay, so anywhere down here, if we can get it, okay, that's if we can get down here in the coming weeks or over the summer. It can take a while, obviously. Look at what we did from this region here. Okay, we pushed down, reset liquidity, and then even in that range there. Okay, so that range is a really, really good example. Mega flush down on a big trending market, absolute mega flush on perps, on spot. Open interest was down anyway, and then we push up for that final all-time high. So we know how long it can take, yeah? But I would say 1.4 to 1.5 billion is now, looking back, okay, historically, is now going to be a reset on perps, okay? And then spot market, you want to be looking at, it's going to be up there. It's still going to be up there, isn't it? Yeah, there's not a lot in it here. I'm just going to put that 880 million, I think. 880. And I will save this time, okay? So, yeah, and for the spot market, anywhere down here, 880 million, that'd be good. And then RSI, open interest, you can check your open interest anyway. You'll be getting mega liquidations and all the margin calls and all the rest of it, but lower the better on the open interest with confluence of these. So let me just save those. If anyone wants me just to share this immediately, I can do. I'll need to share it in the chats anyway. It's in, measure it twice, cut it once, check what you're saving over so you don't overwrite your own templates, because that's a right pain in the ass. Save. Yes, right, and I'll copy that. Options, share with others. If anybody didn't know, Liquidity King, copy. Right, so I'll share that now, actually. If anybody wants it, share that in the chat. There you go, I'll drop that in the socials in a second. Right, quick check of BTC. What are we doing then? 15-minute basis on the spot chart. We're just sat under the monthly open. There's no real demand. Interesting, Bitfinex have got a little bit of bid, but I don't trust them, boys and girls, to be honest. I think they're probably just hedging positions. Spot market have not got much bid here, to be honest, at all. It's coming in. It is coming in. I'd rather see Binance, you know, if you are going to hold this area, I'd rather see Binance with some mega bids, and Coinbase Pro as well. Perps, yeah, just still not interested at all. Let's have a look. Just quick lower time frame. Yeah, a few bids in and around there. It won't take much just to roll this over. If we do get a push up, wherever it comes, if we get a push up, I still think it's going to be quite short-lived. It's not good to see the death cloud above, okay? So liquidity is high. I've got no real edge in volume. We've had a high open interest push into the US Open, but the main thing is, as always, is going to be the bid ask, and you've got a death cloud above now, okay? So it's one thing to see it on CoinM. It's a totally different ball game to see this kind of pressure on USDT perp. So keep an eye on that one, guys. Right, so if I've forgotten anything, go catch us in the socials, go join the socials, Discord and Telegram. Okay, don't forget to drop into the docs page and the academy for all the juicy free stuff in there as well. Look, either way, let's hope some volatility, because it's just better for trading, isn't it? Yeah. Let's hope for some whiplash down. Then it might give us a good summer of trading as well, because generally the summer tends to be really, really shit and boring in trading. So let's hope not. Let's hope some volatility. All right, guys. Look, I'll timestamp this summary. Even if we get a bounce, it's not looking good, bruv. You've got an absolute death cloud above. Let's hope for some lower numbers. Binance perps have got 97 5 there. It's going to take quite a bit of a clip to get down there. Okay, Binance Spot, as we're just auctioning price under the monthly open, have got 100k, but I think there's more liquidity under there. Okay, so in and around 98k, I think would offer really, really good risk reward, long or re-long exposure, as long as that liquidity chart that we just looked at on a 4-hour basis is fully reset as well. All right, guys, hope we have a great end to the week trading wise, and we'll speak soon. Cheers.